Mm. Okay, so the blissful nectar of clear joy. What is joy? Joy is our nature, and our nature is especially found in our body. Our body is with us all the time, and it holds this joyous secret. This joyous secret in this ancient Tantric tradition, it's called Tigle or essence. It's really the essence of our life force. So many times we are lost in our external preoccupation that we fail to understand and appreciate the joy, even little moment of joys. So although we can appreciate many external phenomena, the joy that we experience by engaging in all these external experiences comes from within, is experienced within our body. So these incredible tantric techniques allows us to connect with this ever-present vibration of joy. Is really the pleasure of being alive. So we can say that through this method and this technique, we learn how to rise the volume of this inner joy. And after application and on this technique, and after practicing for a while, we can say that our nervous system reset on a different frequencies. Because this inner joy, this vibration of this inner joy is embedded with our life force, is inseparable with our self being alive. The result of the practice is that whenever we have unpleasant experiences, they will not be so unpleasant. And when we have a pleasant experience, they will be even more pleasant. So it's a little bit like most of the people, they are up or down. So here we rise the bar, basically. We are, whenever we feel down, we feel good. And whenever we feel up, we feel even better good. So this is the promise and the result of the practice. And it's really about, first is a question of awakening. So through all this breathwork technique, self-massage technique, movement technique, all of this combined in once, attention techniques all combined in once, we awaken to this ever-present vibration of joy that we can find in our body. Something that all we have, everyone has in this moment. Is just we are not just awakened, we just don't notice it. Why we don't notice it? Because it's so close to us. It's so close to us that we forget. A little bit like when we go searching for glasses in the room and we have glasses on us. Oh, of course, I always had it here. So this technique helps us to awaken first. This is a tantric technique, and one of the strongest pleasant feeling that we have in our body is our sexual energy. So this techniques helps us also to tap into our sexual energy, not necessarily with the sexual thoughts, or we can say sexual grasping. So we can look at a different dimension of this very, very pleasant energy without conceptualizing it and projecting it forwards to other people or to other situations. Another very, very precise and special aspect of this practice is the awakening of the inner nectar. And the awakening of the inner nectar is a psychic sensation, half psychic and half physical sensation that comes from the root of our mouth. There are exercises in which by combining movement and holding the breath, we will touch some trigger point that are inside our mouth, and this will generate this profound pleasure that comes through our mouth and will spread all over our body. So this technique, in a way, reawakens all these nerves that are in our mouth and within our mouth. So then we can access a level of pleasure anytime we want without externalizing this pleasure, just by moving our awareness within. Of course, what I say here is in a very simplistic way. One needs to experiment the technique to really understand what this is all about. So this technique involve the use of sexual energy, and once we learn this technique solo, then we can also apply all this method in our sexual activity and in our sexual activity with our partner. In the sense that these practices restructure and reset our nervous system to be able to stay in a baseline of pleasure, a baseline of joy. And more strong is the experience, more we can re-reset the nervous system on this baseline. So each one comes with this technique with their own background and with their own propensities. And this technique is not something that you patch on yourself, so you take it on yourself. These are methods that allow you to go deeper to yourself and to explore yourself and to understand yourself better. So it's not this joy is not something that comes from the technique, it's something that comes from you. The technique is simply something that helps you to discover and awaken this inner compassion that everyone has. So yeah, wonderful. So it's my wish that many of you, we gather all together in Glastonbury and we make a big joyous bubble all together. And I can absolutely guarantee that it will be a great time for everyone and probably a stepping stone for many of you that will participate.